Hey yo, I wanted to have a bit of a heart to heart here for a minute. I can't believe I'm gonna fucking say this, but I feel like I'm almost slipping back into depression. I really thought that, I was riding high for a while. I figured, I kind of coming out of it. And see, the thing is, too, is that, like, I'm not entirely sure that I'm depressed. I really don't think I am. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. Maybe at this point I should just kind of face it and be like, fuck man, like this is depression because a lot of things that felt enjoyable in life are just kind of like falling to the wayside, like that's like a hallmark of depression or like even these videos like I'm not really at this point. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but sure, but it's not like for my own benefit, right? I don't know, I feel like I'm not really doing it for myself, which obviously is fine. I don't know, it's kind of complicated though. Like, I was riding a high for a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be cool, this is gonna be fun. But now I'm like, fuck, man. And I'm not even talking about the channel. I'm just talking about life in general. Like I was saying, things aren't fun anymore. I mean, even when I pick up a guitar, I'm just like kind of just going through the rhythms. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of things. I had sort of said this before that like Thursday night Bible study is really my only time where I feel like I'm having fun. Like, like that's like I said, like that's kind of lame, but like, fuck, man, like that's it. That's it. Or like, sure, I saw my friends recently. We all kind of came around. Some of us are all over the country, and we kind of all came back to the stomping grounds and went for a little road trip. but even in the end of it, I'm just like, like fuck, man. I come back to an empty place where it's just me again, and it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. I know it sounds kind of gay and lame, but whatever. It's true. I'm not really going to hide behind it anymore because, like, I was like, no, I can't be depressed. Because I remember what it was like back in 10th grade. I did football. That's actually when I started football. A little backstory here. So I had done soccer for 8 years of my life, and I was like, fuck it, the team is kind of like a bunch of dickheads anymore. There's no teamwork. There's no brotherhood. So, my cousin was in football, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go over to football. And the brotherhood was awesome. That was actually one of the best years of my life, 10th grade. It was just unreal, like unheard of. Yeah, so that was just an insane year. I think that was either 2016 or 2017 for literally everybody, like all over the country. That was just such an insane year. But yeah, like during my football time, I was kicking. So like I was just kind of by myself on the field, and it gave me time to think and kind of reflect on myself. And I was like, I'm not really happy where I'm at. And maybe that's sort of the same thing happening again, where like I'm just not happy where I'm at. And I sort of said this in another video, right? Which I actually don't know if I released that. I might not. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, fucking hell. Like, how do I get out of this? Because, things don't really make me happy, right? Like, people will be like, oh, here's, like, I have the wherewithal to understand that if I just go out and buy something, right, like, that's not going to make me happy, right? It's like, no, the purchase of what you have should give you an experience that makes you happy. But even then, like I said, my friends and I went on a road trip, and I was enjoying them more than I was the actual things that we did with our money. Like, it was just like, my friends, I enjoy them as much as I can every second because these are people that culturally get me, right? Like, we have almost our own subculture that it's hard to integrate back into society. And it just sucks when they go because it's like, fuck, like now I'm trying to fight again on my own and nobody's there with me, right? So I'm just trying to avoid that depressive state. But maybe it's just in my face now. Maybe there's no avoiding it. Maybe I just have to face it head on. Something which I can do, but I would choose not to, especially if it's my own. If it's for other people, yeah, I'm going to fucking charge in head first. If I die, I died trying for you. But if it's for myself, I'm like, why am I even trying? And that's sort of another video I should probably get to at some point, that I'm not living for myself anymore. I'm living for others. Like, I have no, like, I know where I'm going when I die. And if I die tomorrow, so be it. But I want others to experience the joy and happiness and peace that I do have when it's with Christ Jesus, or which, even granted, he's with me all the time. But, like, I want other people to be fulfilled. So, excuse me. Yeah, man, dude, it's like, fuck. It's tough. It is tough. And hopefully, if you're out there listening, we can have a bit of understanding between each other here, right? A heart-to-heart chat, such as the channel name, right? Which is why I wanted to name it that, is because I'm hoping that we can have, even though it's somewhat of a parasocial relationship, we can both come together, or all of us as a collective can come together and hash these problems out so that you are not alone in life. I don't want you to feel like you're alone in life, because I care about you. I remember what I was like when I was truly alone in life. And it was hard. It was hard because, I was lost. I think that's a lot of it. I was the lost sheep that was helped by the shepherd. And a lot of times our own egos get in the way of that. We're like, oh, we can do it ourselves. But, when you're friends with the admin of the server, who's going to fucking touch you? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're friends with the Most High God, ain't nobody going to lay a single fucking finger on you, okay? So don't mistake that these people, like Epstein and them, they think they're going to get you. They can't do shit when they die. We know where they're going, right? Because they didn't believe the gospel. So, I don't want you to forget that, because I care about you. I want the best for you. And even though sometimes it may not feel like you're receiving the best in life, and sometimes you won't, you are destined for greatness. The things that we cannot see them because they haven't happened yet. But we know, hearing once again from the Most High God, that, our trajectory is literally an exponential graph. It is. Whereas, everybody else is I think it's a logarithmic. Maybe it's not. Maybe I think I'm thinking of something else, where it's just kind of either flatlining and or sinking. It's not actually growing. So, I want you to remember that, because I care about you. And once again, as much as I curse at some people, right, I wish they would change, because once they change, I can forgive them, right? I can. I'll forgive them. I believe in the idea of forgiving at the 11th hour, right? My dad has tortured me my entire life. And if he on his deathbed was like, I believe the gospel, I will not hold it against him. I'll be like, okay, I will see you again. For as much pain and as much sorrow as you brought me in my life, I love you. I think that's the hardest thing a person can do. But, for me, until he makes that change, that metanoia, that change of the heart, change of the mind, I'm not gonna just let him slide, right? We can't let these people slide, because when they start sliding, that's when they start just destroying not only themselves but everybody else around them. And I'm not gonna let somebody who has a heart, has a soul, be destroyed by somebody who doesn't, right? Or hasn't, like I said, had that metanoia moment. So even if I'm trying to be the guard, right? Even though I can't be your guard. I'd love to be. I think that'd be so fucking awesome, but I can't be. So, like I keep saying, I care about you. Hopefully, there's people in your life that care about you because you have purpose. As much as the nihilists say you have no purpose, that is bullshit because, once again, being friends with the admin of the server, yeah, dude, there's a lot more shit that's going on than just we have no purpose. There's literally hidden shit that we cannot see. And sometimes we do see it. Sometimes it does bubble over into the physical world. But the spiritual world there's a lot of shit going on back there. We got to keep our heads up. So hopefully this is a bit of hope core for your day. So see you later.